I have lots of new makeup here, and currently I'm wearing most of them on my face, which you will be seeing the try-on video in a few. But if you're interested to know in advance what those products are, then check out the description box below and you can also shop them. I want to give you the run-through of all the products na pinadala sa akin. So first is from Issy & Co. We have here a very huge package from them na, ayun na nga, napakalaki niya, nakakainin yung whole screen. So ayan, hindi siya kasya sa screen ko, guys. But ayan, this is from Issy & Co. and this is their biggest collection yet dahil Issy & Co. just celebrated their 3rd year. So this is their next level skin collection. And sa collection na to, they have new products na dinagdag. So meron tayong mga True Flex Illuminator, which are these baddies. These are the True Flex Illuminators. And we also have yung True Flex Powder Foundation nila, which are these ones. And aside from those new products, nagdagdag sila ng new shades sa kanilang active skin tints and active concealers. Next is si GRWM or Miss May Layog's brand. Nagpadala siya ng mga quads niya. Okay, so this is what the PR looks like. She also sent yung bago niyang mga illuminators. Ang ganda ng packaging, super duper expensive niya tingnan. It looks very Charlotte Tilbury. And I also have brow products from Maybelline. We have Miss Gigi. And last but not the least, I gotta share with you the lashes that I'm wearing. And that is from Artisan Professional. And they have a collaboration with Mr. Jake Galvez and yung muse niya na si Bel Mariano ay nag-model for it. So since dalawa yung priming products ko in the form of illuminators from Issy & Co. and one from Get Ready With Me Cosmetics, yun muna yung ito-try ko on my face. So you can actually use this alone or you can mix it sa base product mo. Just for testing purposes, I'm gonna use it alone muna para makita talaga natin yung glow of each product as it is. Nakikita ko na yung glow agad. So on this side, my skin is raw, bare, flat, matte. And then on this side, you can instantly see the glow on my face. I want to try naman yung True Flex Illuminator and I have been using actually yung shade na Halo on both me and my clients. But for this video, gusto ko naman i-try yung shade na Flare because I haven't been using this. This is gonna be my first time using yung shade na Flare. Yung illuminator ng GRWM in person. Hindi nyo siya masuspot dito sa screen, ha? But here, sa Issy & Co. na side, I can really see the yellow or goldenness to it. And then sa GRWM naman na side, because since this is yung shade ng Cassiopeia is more of like fleshy and tone, malapit talaga sa skin complexion ko, then it emphasizes my natural skin color and just adds that illuminating boost. That's what I noticed, and I like this side more because of its tone. And this one, I just look a little bit yellow. Now I'm gonna proceed with the base. First is yung concealer. So Issy & Co. sent me 4 shades of their active concealer. So I have the shades NT4, YT4, PT4 and SD4. First is, I'm gonna be using yung color corrector nila, and I've been using this a lot on myself, on my clients. It's just so good. Before sila nagka-color corrector, guys, I've been using yung Issy & Co. na creme blush in the shade brunette, and as you can see, gamit na gamit ko talaga siya because I use it a lot. So now, I'm so happy na meron na sila mismo ng color corrector. So it's such a big help. Ano talaga, it really does its job in color correcting the under eyes and everything that needs to be corrected. Ayan. So I'm gonna put a few on my under eyes and also on my upper lip area. Even brightens up the eyes as well, which is what I really appreciate about this product. Kaya naman, nasa professional kit ko siya agad. Kapag a brand sends me a new product of theirs, kapag try ko sila and I really like it and I find that it's pretty useful and handy, automatic mapupunta yon sa professional kit ko. Fail-proof sila. and it will work every time on any people. So after ako mag-apply ng color corrector, nagfa-foundation muna ako or skin tint. So in this case, I will be using yung active skin tint ng Issy & Co. And a lot of you guys have been asking kung ano yung shade ko sa skin tints nila. And it's a pretty common shade, and that is the shade Hazel. On the left side of my face is my most problematic area because dito ako nagka-acne talaga ng bonggang-bongga, and I have a lot of battle scars there and sunspots as well. So we'll see if yun nga ma-even out ng active skin tint na yun. Although I'm not expecting that much because I know na yung coverage level ng active skin tint is sheer lang naman. So what's gonna cover those, I believe, is yung active concealer nila. Again, dahil sheer lang yung coverage niya, nakikita talaga yung some of my acne marks. But although yung marks na yon, hindi na siya ganun ka-dark and intense. So to spot conceal, I have two shades here with me. I think I'll have to mix both of them. So since wala akong shade dito sa active concealers na pang brighten up ng face ko, so I'm gonna cheat and use another product from Sunny's Face. So this is their Skin So Good Multi-Stick. And yes guys, dinipot ko sila. Dinipot ko siya guys kasi actually sobrang liit ng product na to. Parang ganito lang siya. It's like the size of this half of my pinky. It's super duper small, but the packaging is this big and this thick. Parang pang jumbo size yung packaging. I need to shrink it down so that it's not as heavy and bulky on my professional kit. Alright guys, so tapos na ako mag-brighten up ng face ko, and I'm ready to set all of this up with Issy & Co.'s Next Level Matte Powder Foundation. Ayan. So, they sent me two shades. One is Hazel and the other one is Sienna. And napaka-cute ng packaging nila because it comes with a free brush applicator. Usually, yung mga brush applicator na yan, guys, it's usually nandyan siya, diba? Or sponge, nandito siya. But for this case, nandito siya sa labas, which is a creative touch to it that I like about Issy & Co. because they like experimenting with their packaging, and I appreciate that. Even though hindi ko siya gagamitin, I still appreciate that. So I'm gonna be using another brush for this video, and this is from Kind Beauty. And I'm just gently patting down the powder onto my face. What I like about this pressed powder a lot is that it just looks like na-mattify yung skin ko, but it doesn't look filmy yung powder, if you know what I'm saying. Now, I'm gonna be moving on to doing my brows, and I have this PR from Maybelline, so they sent me their Tattoo 3-Day Brow Game. And I have 6 products inside. Merong 3 brow gels and 3 brow pencils. For the brow gel, I'm gonna be using the shade Medium Brown. And for the brow pencil, I'm gonna be using the shade Natural Brown. Yung brow pencil na to, the way it feels when I apply it on my brows is parang clayish or waxy. I kind of feel like my brows sticking together. It leaves like bald spots, and then it clumps on certain areas of my brows. Carry lang siya sa akin. Now let's try the brow gel. So this is their Tattoo Brow Gel. And when I use my brow gels, I like to coat it back and forth. And yung brow gel na to, it doesn't make your brows feathered. So I guess the purpose of this brow gel is just to tint it, but not really to feather it out. So next, finally, I'll be able to use na the GRWM quad palettes. I have the 4 palettes with me. So I have the blush, highlighter, contour, and bronzer palettes. The use of the contour is to mimic shadows. Cool tone siya dapat, and that's what you get here. And eto naman, yung bronzer palette. Bronzers are there to add warmth to your face so that you're not totally pale or dull. Kasi if you just use contour alone, you will look dull. Also, I want to talk about the packaging. I super duper love, as in guys, love the packaging because you can customize the palette. Okay? So, yung mga quads na to, you can actually push out the product if you don't want it to be there. And sometimes, guys, sa isang palette, I don't want some shades in a certain palette, and I like to customize my palettes as much as possible. So this is a pretty handy feature that GRWM made. So meron akong mga Booya recommendations, my recommendations for people with mestiza skin or morena skin. Obviously, you can just mix and match it according to your preference. But I think for now, you will have to buy a complete set of the quad first. So for example, in order to be able to customize your quad palette, you kind of have to buy a contour palette and a blush palette para makuha mo yung shades that you want. And then that's when you can customize it. Now, I'm so ready to apply my contour, bronzer, everything. Blush muna before I apply the highlighters. And I would like to mix the shade Pablo's Latte and Sun and Moon na blush. So I'm gonna mix both of them. Ang ganda niya lalo kapag na-mix mo yung Sun and Moon and Pablo's Latte. Nakaka-girl talaga si Pablo's Latte. Love it. Yung shade na No Shame, masyado siyang bright for me. Kapag mga pang-bridal, mga bagets, or mga mestiza, maganda to sa kanila. And nakaka-fresh talaga yung mga gantong shades eh. But it works naman on me, but it's just, she's not my preference. Now, let's proceed naman sa highlighter quad. And we have 4 shades here: Sakura, High Beam, 1111, and Gold Dega. And the highlighter that I'm attracted to the most is yung shade na Gold Dega. Because that's your girl. I dig gold. And saan napapunta yung joke ko? Hindi ko alam, but siya Gold Digger. Ayan. Ooh, okay. I see her. It kind of looks frosty in person. Yeah, it's a little bit frosty on my complexion. Gotta be honest with you, girl. Okay, I'm gonna try to mix it with 1111 para lang to get that bronzy influence. To be honest, I find that the highlighter that works really well for me ay yung mga highlighters that have a bit golden tone or warm golden tone to it. They look so good on me. But yung mga champagne highlighters, I kind of have to tread lightly with those kinds of shades because, yun nga, may frosting issue siya. Now, I'm gonna be completing my face off screen, and also it will give my camera the time to charge. Isa lang kasi battery ko, guys. Alright, you guys, for my final thoughts, I'm gonna be giving you my top 3 best picks. Okay, ito yung mga favorites ko out of all the products that I've used today. And also, my top 3, not sure if I'm gonna wear it again. Yan. First muna is yung the not sure products. So the first one would be yung Maybelline na tattoo brow pencil nila. I wasn't really satisfied with the application process. Nakikita pa rin yung bald spots after ko mag-apply ng brow pencil na yon, which I rarely encounter sa mga brow pencils. Kahit na sa mga brow pencils na may, clayish, waxy feel, they, most of the time, cover up my brow pencil. So it's a very rare occasion for me. And also, this is the type of brow pencil that cannot draw fine lines, or not even fine lines. It can't even draw like just a line na clear enough to see that it mimics the brow hair. It's so blurred out and diffused that it doesn't make me want to grab for it. The next one would be yung True Flex Illuminator ng Issy & Co. Specifically, the shade Flare. Don't get me wrong, guys. Gusto ko yung True Flex Illuminator, but just not in this shade specifically. It's just a little bit yellow for me. And actually, hindi naman siya nakikita talaga kapag nag-foundation na or nag-powder on top of it na. But if you decide to wear it alone, nakikita talaga yung pagka-yellow niya. The last product for the bottom 3 would be GRWM's Highlighter Quad. For my personal preference, they're just a little bit frosty, even na yung shade na Gold Digger. Normally, the highlighter shades that work well for my complexion would be something that's a little bit gold in tone. They blend on my skin well na it doesn't look like highlighter siya na pinatong. These 3 don't work well for my complexion. This one naman, although maganda siya, it's just too deep and too warm for my complexion. Just to give you an example, guys, this is the highlighter that I love. It just complements my skin well. This is from Vice Cosmetics na highlighter in the shade Shining. Now let's move on to the top 3 products that I love the most and would recommend you guys to check out. Medyo nahirapan ako dito because ang dami kong nagustuhan sa mga na-try ko, but I just really had to pick 3. So the first one for my top 3 best of the best would be from your girl Maybelline GRWM, and that would be their blush quad. Super in love with this palette. I love the color story. I love that bagay siya sa morenas and mestizas alike. I love that it comes in 2 different textures. We have matte and shimmer, and it just ang ganda niya, lakas niya maka-girly. And I'm actually excited to try this shade, yung shade na No Shame, on my girls at Studio Booya, but she's just not my shade. I just have to be frank, but it's just a really, really nice color that I know would bring out this freshness and girliness to my girls. But the shade for me would have to be Pablo's Latte. And yeah, I highly recommend it. The next 2 would be, I just had to include 2 products from one brand. It's from the brand Issy & Co., the True Flex Illuminator, and their Active Concealer, but in the shade PT4, and this is the color corrector, like a peachy color corrector. And then of course, yung True Flex Illuminator ng Issy & Co. in the shade Halo. I love it. I love it a lot. Love it on my girls. Then at Studio Booya, it just works well. So that's it, you guys. Make sure to support these local brands by following them and purchasing their products. If you're interested to get them, they will be in the description box below. If you like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video if you care. If you have any more comments or video suggestions, then please do enter them down in the comment section below. Just remember, no hate, just love.